What if I told you there are actual cities in America where rent is still under $800 per month right now? And no, it's not just ghost towns with tumbleweeds and like one gas station. These are real places with real charm, hidden gems, thriving small cities, and overlooked pockets where your dollar stretches further than you ever imagined. Some are hiding in plain sight, others you've never heard of, but every single one has something that might just surprise you. Some of these towns have walkable downtowns, others have mountain views, and a few might leave you saying, wait, why isn't everyone living here already? Stick around because the place that fits your lifestyle and your budget might just be closer than you think. Number 10 is Paris, Texas, not to be confused with Paris, France, of course. Paris, Texas may be small, but it stands tall with a red cowboy hat-topped Eiffel Tower, an ironic tribute that makes this rural town unforgettable. Nestled in northeast Texas, this place delivers big charm with little rent. Apartments typically run under $800 for a one-bedroom, and even larger homes come in at surprisingly low prices. But it's not all cowboy hats and Eiffel Towers. Paris is also home to one of the most photographed cemeteries in Texas, complete with a Jesus statue wearing cowboy boots. The downtown area is full of historic buildings, antique shops, and a surprising number of art installations for a town this size. Paris even hosts an annual Tour de Paris bike rally that draws thousands of cyclists from across the country. It's quirky, unexpected, and way more affordable than its European namesake. Like this video if you think Paris could be your next home. Number 9 is Columbus, Ohio. Columbus surprises at every turn, starting with its low rent in trendy neighborhoods like Franklinton or the South Side, where one-bedroom apartments can dip into $800 territory. But what really stands out is the blend of walkable districts, mural-covered alleyways, and a riverfront that keeps evolving. Whether you're biking the Scioto Mile or hopping between indie bookstores and cafes, Columbus feels less like a Midwest capital and more like a network of hidden creative enclaves. It's ideal for someone who wants a youthful, city-ish lifestyle without the inflated price tag of other urban hubs. One local on Reddit spoke about what they loved about living in Columbus, saying, "Great town, so much to do. Ballet, theater, bands, festivals, great restaurants, and people friendly. Uber is readily available. Bus service is good if you live, work, and party on High Street. Very diverse city, lots of parks and green space, close to so many other fun spots for day trips in Ohio." Can we just take a minute to appreciate the Uber being readily available? As an avid traveler, I definitely know the struggle of a 5 a.m. flight with no Uber in sight, even though you ordered it in advance. Number 8 is Rochester, New York. I know this may come as a shock that anything in New York comes in at under $800. Most people can't escape the grocery store in New York with a bill under $800. However, overlooking Lake Ontario and carved by the Genesee River Gorge, Rochester is one of upstate New York's most underrated gems. The rent here is well below national averages, with one-bedrooms often around $1,100, but no worries, they have them still under $800. And what you get in return is a full slate of art, music, and lakefront living. Once the home of Kodak and the birthplace of modern photography, Rochester still boasts strong creative roots. Museums, jazz festivals, flower gardens, and a growing tech industry make it both historical and forward-looking. With real seasons and real culture, this is a rare city where affordability and livability actually intersect. Man, I used to live in upstate New York, and the summer season, it is unbelievable. Number 7 is El Paso, Texas. Cradled between desert mountains and the Rio Grande, El Paso blends the cultures of Mexico and the American Southwest in a sun-soaked city full of life. And surprisingly low rent, with one-bedroom apartments often hovering around $750. Residents enjoy a robust urban experience without the typical cost. The nearby Franklin Mountains create a stunning skyline, offering hiking and sunset views right outside your door. It's a border town with a soul, deep food traditions, bilingual energy, and a musical and artistic scene that pulses year-round. If you want a city that's culturally rich, scenic, and affordable, El Paso might just be your desert dream. Number 6 is Indianapolis, Indiana. Forget flyover country, Indianapolis offers big city culture with small city costs. Rent for one bedrooms regularly hovers around $700 to $800, which leaves extra room in your budget to enjoy the White River Canal, catch a race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, or explore funky neighborhoods like Fountain Square. The city combines broad boulevards, modern greenway, and a growing cultural scene anchored by music venues, public art, and farm-to-table food. The city boasts a diverse economy with strong job growth in sectors like healthcare, tourism, and manufacturing. Indianapolis is also gaining recognition as a hub for tech talent, making it a good place for those seeking career advancement. If you want to live in a place where your rent doesn't drain your paycheck and your weekends are packed with options, Indy might be your Midwest move. Number 5 is Jacksonville, Florida. Florida is sort of a mixed bag. Many people are fleeing big cities for lower taxes, but Florida is still generally expensive. However, Jacksonville proves that beachfront living doesn't have to come with Miami prices. With average one-bedroom rents between $800 and $1,000, this Atlantic Coast city is Florida's best-kept secret for affordable coastal living. You'll find 22 miles of sandy beaches, a river walk lined with breweries and jazz clubs, and one of the largest urban park systems in the country. The sunsets over the St. Johns River are reason enough to move, but toss in the food, the weather, and the low-key lifestyle, and you've got yourself an East Coast paradise on a budget. Number 4 is McMinnville, Tennessee. Tennessee is another state that, like Florida, people flock to for its lack of income tax and overall cheaper cost of living. But Nashville gets all the attention. However, tucked between Nashville and Chattanooga, McMinnville is a charming Appalachian town where rent is low, around $700 to $800 for a one-bedroom, and the town has a lot of culture and creativity. This is Tennessee's wine country. Yes, Tennessee actually has a wine country. Home to scenic vineyards, rolling green hills, and a downtown that punches well above its weight with quirky boutiques, art festivals, and colorful murals. You can sit local reds while soaking in a view of the valley, and your biggest stress will be choosing between mountain hikes or live bluegrass. For a quiet life with artistic flair, McMinnville is a small-town masterpiece. Number 3 is Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. At the meeting point of the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers lies Harpers Ferry, a town rich in history and natural beauty. Rents are limited due to its size and national park setting, but with roommates or seasonal rentals, it's not uncommon to pay under $600 a month per person. And what you get is nothing short of spectacular. Misty hills, river rapids, and cobbled streets steeped in Civil War lore. Hikers flock here from the Appalachian Trail, while history buffs wonder at the preserved battlefields. It's like living in a painting, one that also happens to be on a serious budget. Number 2 is Mena, Arkansas. If your idea of paradise is fresh air, mountain views, and the sound of forest silence, Mena, Arkansas delivers at around $500 to $600 per month for a one-bedroom apartment. Tucked at the base of the Ouachita Mountains, Mena is a gateway to one of the most beautiful stretches of wilderness in the South. It's a town for those who love camping, fishing, and watching the seasons roll over the peaks. Now, life moves slower here, but it's rich with natural drama. Rolling fog in the mornings, technicolor sunsets at dusk, and trails that lead to vistas you'll have all to yourself. Even the downtown feels like a step back in time, with antique shops, mom-and-pop diners, and a pace that invites conversation. If you're looking to disappear into nature without giving up community entirely, Mena is your quiet haven. Coming in at number 1 is Ironwood, Michigan. This one comes with a twist because yes, the rent in Ironwood, Michigan is incredibly low, with one bedrooms around $400 to $500. But the lifestyle is what really sells it. Think Aurora Borealis sightings, ski trails right out of your back door, and forest views that make every morning feel like a cabin retreat. Located near the shores of Lake Superior, Ironwood feels like the edge of the world in the best possible way. And if you're willing to share a larger space with roommates, your cost could drop to just a few hundred per month. For winter lovers, remote workers, or anyone dreaming of the North Woods, this hidden gem might be your next great chapter. Now that I've highlighted a few of these bargain towns, like, subscribe, and check out this video on some great and cheap places to retire.